Are you struggling to get ChatGPT to remember your style and to work like you? In just a couple minutes, we're going to get you set up with a personalized ChatGPT Plus and get your AI working for you. I'm Jayson and I own Impact Consulting. And in this session, we're going to go through how to get signed up for ChatGPT Plus and how to get it dialed in so it has your voice and your style and gives you consistent, high quality results every time. So over here to get started, we're going to get you signed up with ChatGPT Plus first. And to do that, you are going to come over here to upgrade plan. It looks like they've got a little button up top there, but you go to upgrade plan and click on it and you'll get into the purchase window here. Just go ahead and go through and purchase it. It's literally the best $20 you've ever spent. The things you can get this to do for you to help you in your day and your business is really incredible. So select the $20 a month model and then go through the process and you'll be all set up. Once you are set up, you're going to want to come over to your window and get ChatGPT customized. So once you've got the account, you're going to come into here, click on this little plus button up at the top, and this is where you're going to go to customize ChatGPT. This is where you want to start. And here is where you start to give it the background of who it is and who you are. And something that I've said when I started working with AI tools is that you want to complement, not a clone. So you don't want to clone yourself. You want something that works with you and how you work. So it has to know who it is, what its role is, and who you are and what your role is so you can work together. You really do have to change how you think and think about these as if you were hiring an intern or an employee. Right now you've got an intern. They just walked in the door, so we got to get them up to speed. So very first thing is, what do you want it to call you? Throw your name in there, and what do you do? So kind of a general overview of what you do or what your business does and how you're going to be using your AI tools. This next section is what traits ChatGPT should have. I thought about this is the background for it. Who is it? I run a consulting firm, so I wanted my ChatGPT to have a good understanding of my business, have similar background to be able to work as a consultant and to work in business and entrepreneurship. I told it who I work with on my team, who my clients are, my ideal clients, and then gave it some guidance on what not to do. Don't use the emojis or any fluff or be over agreeable, which it tends to do. But it just gives it the framework. This is where you give it the framework of how you want it to behave when it interacts with you. And something else you can do with this, you can use the shortcuts here too. It does help, and it puts in that personality. You can open up a second ChatGPT window and just ask it what should go in here and how should you structure it. One of the things that's cool about this and that you learn over time is to iterate on it. It's never really a one shot and done. You want to work on something, see what the results are, and then refine it. And so I usually work multiple AI windows, multiple LLM windows to do that, or ChatGPT windows to do that. This next section is what you want ChatGPT to know about you, is your goals, your work that you do, the style of leadership, the style of learning, and how you want it to provide you information. I found this to be very helpful because of how I learn. I don't really want an employee to just identify problems for me. I want them to come with solutions. So I give it that structure to provide me 3 solutions to help me make decisions, to do analytics, to speak with clarity and foresight, how you want the text to look when it comes back with bullets and sections, and to be adaptable to tone depending on who it's speaking to and also who it's speaking for. So if it's speaking on my behalf and I'm having it write copy, I want it to make sure that it sounds like me and delivers the way that I speak. So those 2 sections kind of set the framework, and this is for every brand new chat that you start. So this is the baseline of what ChatGPT is going to use when you start to engage with it. Down here, you've got the advanced tab, and this is where you can give it some additional features that you want it to use. Definitely use the web search so it can do live research for you. If you're doing anything design or coding and building out applications or automations, you're going to want the code clicked on. Canvas is a pop-out, so it's like having a scratch pad that you work with. So it'll run the prompt in one side, and then the scratch pad will be over on the other side where you'll see the results. So it makes a nice way to work with the data. And then because you're on a paid account, you get advanced voice. And I use voice quite a bit, so I would highly recommend enabling that. And then down here, this button to enable for new chats. So this means every time you click new chat, it is starting out with that base knowledge. So at a minimum, you've got that base knowledge in there. One of the other things that OpenAI has done recently is increase the memory. So it will start to remember, even in these chats here, what you say or what plans you make or goals that you give it, things that sound like permanent memory, it will grab onto. So the next section you want to go to is the settings, and we're going to set the memory settings on this. So in your settings panel, you have all your different options for the theme, the language, the voice you can select, and then suggestions. And I usually use those because sometimes it thinks of things that I don't. Just like most programs, you can set your notifications. Personalization. This is where the memory lives. So we've got our custom instructions on. You can turn those off if you want. And then you've got this memory section here. So this is where the AI will read what you're saying and then store certain things in memory so it can recall them. And you want that on so it adapts to you over time. So as you talk to it and give it information, it'll start to adjust. They also added this chat history, which didn't used to be there, but now the ChatGPT can go back and look at previous chats and previous threads, and it can bring them in to the current discussion, which is very helpful so it doesn't forget who it is and what it does. But it also, if you have very diverse conversations, it won't know which ones to pull in or which ones relate and don't relate. So in a future video, I'm going to show you how to use projects and custom GPTs to help with that. But in general, this is good to have on. And then to manage it, because this is not something I tell it to remember, it does this on its own, it'll fill up the memory. So you can go into here and you can read what memories are in here, and you can delete ones that don't matter. So you can, it says in there that I told it to quit using emojis a bunch of time. So it has some stuff that is not necessarily permanent memory that it grabs onto. So every so often you might want to clear that out. Over here, you've got the connectors. This is how you can get your ChatGPT to search your emails, to pull information for you from your calendar, to do the deep research on your own files. So it's its own repository of knowledge. So as you load up files into Google Drive, it'll be able to search through there and get information out of that. So it's super handy. And then there's other connectors like Canva. So you can go directly from ChatGPT into Canva with designs, because now that you're on the paid plan, you can actually create graphics. And then there's a few others down here. We're not going to get into these now. Data controls for everyone. Now this is a security feature that I recommend, is to turn this off by default. So this means if the data controls to improve the model, that means you're allowing OpenAI to read what you host. And you don't necessarily want to do that. If you're putting out public GPTs for people to use, they have to have access to it. But for the most part, you want to secure what you have inside your own database here. Now, OpenAI says that they don't use prompts and prompts or threads to train on, or your they don't use the prompts or the custom settings to train on. You never know. So I turn that off so it's not open automatically. There's other controls in here for security, and that is about it. So once you have that set up, you now have a baseline model of ChatGPT to work with, that when you come in here to ask a question, it's going to have general information that you provided it in those first two sections of customization. So just to recap what you got, you upgraded to a Pro account or a Plus account, which is awesome. You have gone over here to your customized ChatGPT settings, put in the details you want ChatGPT to have about you, told it how you want to be talked to and responded to, and now you should be set to get consistent results out of that. So that's the first level. In a future video, we are going to show you how to do the custom agents over here, which are custom GPU that have similar sets of instructions, similar ideas, but you get more flexibility with them. You can give it instructions and memory and documents to look at. So we will get into those in another video. So if you found this helpful, please leave a comment below. If you'd like to connect, you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will be back again soon with more videos. Have a good day.